Olena Tregub is a Ukrainian expert in policy analysis, policy design, and reform implementation, with a special focus on corruption prevention in the economic and security sectors. Since 2017, Elena has been Secretary General of NAKO, the Independent Defense Anti-Corruption Committee, an international oversight body created by Transparency International. It's her mission to strengthen democratic oversight over defense spending, increase accountability and transparency of that sector, which is critical in wartime, and we are, of course, going to touch upon that, and has become a hotly debated topic, especially given the other episodes we've done on this protests that have been taking place in Ukraine, trying to make sure that the efforts to keep building sort of transparency and anti-corruption are not sort of stymied or prevented by the government. And it's been, a very engaging topic. We've had Alia Chandron, we've had Elena Halshka, and I'm delighted to welcome Olena Tregub to the channel. Before we do that, thank you to everybody who supports the work of the channel through Buy Me a Coffee, Patreon, and all the usual kind of stuff, but especially if you engage with the videos, if you subscribe and add a comment, join the debate, it's incredibly helpful to make sure that more people discover these important topics through YouTube. Elena, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Jonathan. Hello.
Well, this is great because this is an ongoing conversation we're having, and of course, there's been some developments, but your organization actually is one of those that was potentially going to be deprived of its independence. So you are, as it were, at the heart of the storm here, and you've been pushing for a number of years. And it seemed to me the last time we spoke, you were making some real progress in getting the government to recognise the importance of civic society bodies, anti-corruption groupings that, of course, come from that civic society sphere. How's this been for your organisation, your colleagues, to be at the centre of this storm?
I think that for all anti-corruption bodies of Ukraine, including NAKO and Anti-Corruption Council of the MOD, and of course for NABU and for SAPO, this is what happened when all those young people came and protested for days and days and days with the cardboard signs to protect the anti-corruption infrastructure. These events just increased our motivation and make us more confident to, fight for Ukraine, to fight for good governance. And it's a huge, monumental shift that actually happened because we had, unwritten rule for almost 4 years of full-scale war, 3.5 years to basically focus on our president as the commander-in-chief and not to criticize Zelensky too much because our prime goal is to defend against Russia. Because Zelensky was the symbol of the country and the symbol of resistance. However, now we saw that the symbol of Ukraine are those young people with cardboards, and immediately the even approval ranking of president they lowered after those events. And he immediately corrected his actions. He immediately adopted the good law to replace the bad law. He immediately appointed the anti-corruption leader to be the head of the Bureau of Economic Security. He immediately started fixing things. And it shows that the power shifted from him to those young people. And of course, this is very inspiring because it shows that we are a democracy, we are a free country, we are very different from most of post-Soviet states. And this is something worth fighting for.
And the interesting question that is still, I think, an open question in my mind, although these conversations with Alia and Alina Harshka has sort of maybe cleared up some of it. The big question is, was Zelensky's move conspiracy or cock-up? Was it something that he just sort of, maybe some aides proposed this law, they didn't really think about it, that it's not necessarily that sinister, it's just a complete miscommunication and a misstep? Or is there something we have to worry about here? Is there a general or a much deeper sort of trend or tendency there to try and cover up wrongdoing in the inner circle. Now, if you listen to Sharboyan and others, they say that actually there's no implication of Zelensky personally. In fact, there never has been even a rumor of corruption directly associated with Zelensky. I mean, he's an extremely successful businessman. He doesn't need to, get involved in graft. He's already, pretty wealthy independently. But if his close circle are touched, then this could be, one of the motivations behind this. So what's your feeling? Or do we not know at this point whether this is just a mistake or a conspiracy?
So, my organization has been observing Zelensky since 2019 when he was running for president. And back then, actually, he presented himself as anti-corruption leader. And he even invited organizations like mine to come to him and ask, give him advice about what campaign um, goals he should have, to be more precise, what goals he should have in this domain once he's elected. And he also answered our presidential questionnaire. It's about how he's going to root out corruption from defense industry, from MOD procurement, and so on. And he was very keen on this topic. Moreover, his one of the first steps once he was elected, he, as a president, traveled to the office of National Anti-Corruption Bureau, and he said that I'm here to bring you energy, because he said I want you to go and prosecute all the bad guys and bring justice to Ukrainian people and put oligarchs to jail. However, when we talk about Zelensky in 2025, he's a different guy now. He actually focused only on war right now, and he rarely speaks or does anything related to anti-corruption. And he, according to the multiple investigations and different information leaks that we have in the public domain in Ukraine, basically, it looks to me that he was trying to protect people who he considers his close friends. And he didn't want those people to be brought to justice, such as Chernyshov, the former minister, such as Mindich, the associate from the president's office. And this is why people felt this injustice, and this is why now his approval ranking fell, because they felt that it's his responsibility, that he now tries to destroy their independence of those anti-corruption bodies. And he to be here to give a positive twist on this, it's important to say, though, once he saw that people are unhappy, once he saw those young demonstrators, he suggested his own bill to be voted in the parliament to reverse the changes. And MPs supported him, the same MPs who voted just a few days ago for the opposite bill. And I argue that if, for example, that bill to fix situation was prepared, for example, by some group of MPs, it wouldn't pass. It passed because it is prepared by Zelensky himself, because still he is huge authority in Ukraine. Many MPs, they support and respect him to the extent that they say the president wants this and I'll vote. And this is important. And in this case, the president said that he wants those bad changes reversed, and they did vote for it. So it's a good thing. And it also shows that what we should do now, we should influence him. We should influence the president, Zelensky. We should not worry about people like, in his circle, like Yermak, Mindich, Tatarov, all these people who have bad reputation, bad guys, so-called, right? Because in reality, the decision maker is Zelensky. And he just needs to be with the people to feel what the people want, and he will have to make choice between what people want and his friends.
And this is important. I mean, this is interesting, isn't it? Because I think some supporters of Ukraine, some foreign journalists have not understood the nuances of these protests. And of course, propagandists have tried to twist it into various other narratives, which is somehow the protests are saying that Zelensky is illegitimate, that somehow, Russian propaganda tries to position it that these protests are against the war. It seems to me that neither of those are true, and that actually it's a very subtle form of messaging. It's a reminder to the government that you represent us, not the other way around. We're the source of power, ultimately, not you. And is it more that that is a kind of nudge and a reminder as opposed to, full-blown revolution?
Absolutely. Actually, yeah, you're right. We should make a step back a little bit and explain to those viewers who don't follow Ukraine 24/7 that, yeah, the protests, they were about one matter, and it's to restore the independence of two anti-corruption bodies, NABU and SAP. This is it. And all those young people, they definitely support Zelensky and the war effort. And there were a lot of signs at those protests explaining that their own family members are on the front line, that how much they sacrificed, and so on. They were defending their anti-corruption infrastructure that was established after the revolution of dignity, because they think that this system will eventually bring justice to Ukraine and will make Ukraine a European state inside European Union. And this is why they were protesting, because they thought that Zelensky made a wrong step. And here it's a very important thing which really gave me very positive feelings, is that I myself, I participated now in, I don't know, three of the like huge number of this like revolutions, and including the last big revolution. It's the revolution of dignity, and I compare, for example, how pro-Russian government of Yanukovych reacted to protests. It's important to compare how Yanukovych government reacted to protests. They tried to suppress them. They tried to call people whatever terrorists, that they were paid, and discredit them. And our current government, Zelensky and members of parliament from his party, they reacted in a positive way. Nobody said publicly that those are some bad young people protesting. Everybody accepted this is important signal from young people. Did you see that even when they were voting in the parliament, they themselves came with cardboards to say we are with the people? And Zelensky, even himself, I think, said that it's so good that our young people are so active. And it is such a great progress for Ukraine as a country, that government is responsive to, to nonviolent protest, the nonviolent resistance in the streets if people are not happy. This is a great thing, and I hope that it will help keep him in check. I think that he will try probably to protect his friends further, and probably he will not fire Yermak, as many young people expect in Ukraine. But I don't believe that he will turn against his people. This situation that we had, it was a situation of conflict, and how that conflict got resolved. It gives hope that Ukraine will stay on democratic path.
And that's interesting, isn't it? Because, of course, I think if you take something like the Kyiv Independent, I've noticed that their coverage of this is extremely, dare I say it, shrill and hysterical. But they seem to have some kind of real how do you call it, conflict or beef with Zelensky. They're directly comparing him. This is a Yanukovych move. This is a slide back to the old days of the sort of puppet state. But as you say, the reaction of the government is completely different. One, the police are instructed to hang back. Yes, I was told there were a lot of police, but they were downside roads and they really, they were entirely tolerant of the crowd in some instances, even signaling, a degree of sympathy, no confrontations, no. And as you say, if this was a classic authoritarian playbook, the first thing would be that voices in parliament would be denouncing the protesters as foreign agents, as, voices of a foreign power that have been paid. They're not sort of native voices or organic in any way. As you say, none of that. It was a very almost mature and sort of parliamentary type response.
Absolutely. This protest was very unexpected for Zelensky, for our international partners. I don't think that without this protest now, for example, we would have a victory that we are celebrating today on Wednesday when their new head of their Bureau of Economic Security was appointed. This is the former detective of the National Anti-Corruption Bureau, Servinsky, and he actually won the competition a while ago. He's an independent candidate selected by three Ukrainians, three internationals from the selection committee. But he was blocked by their government on the pretext that he has some connection to Russia. A very similar issue which was used to attack the NABU. And you know what? Internationals, they were saying, okay, well, maybe we should announce the new competition. Because what can you do? The government doesn't want him, and he's supposed to work with the prime minister because this is their authority. Bureau of Economic Security. They are investigating crimes in the tax domain, illicit financial flows, and different money laundering. So, what do we have today? He is appointed. And this is because it was also one of the demands of those young people, thing that society wants. So we saw that even international partners who have those benchmarks in different assistance packages, such as Ukraine facility, such as the IMF memorandum, even they don't have this level of power that those young people with cardboards which emerged unexpectedly when necessary, when the moment came. And I think basically that, I mean, there is only like a positive way to cover this whole story. Even though it doesn't matter, that it doesn't mean that corruption. We managed to fight fully corruption after this event. I expect that now those anti-corruption bodies will be more motivated to do more work, to really show to society that they appreciate the support of society. And I remember, actually, it's not the first time those anti-corruption bodies were attacked. They were attacked, I don't know, like 10 times or more now. And society did come out to the streets to protect them. I myself remember when I was protesting, when there was the first big arrest of the Ukrainian politician who was the head of tax authority, and he tried to escape, and people were protesting not to let him go. I remember, just because people want justice so much in Ukraine, and it means that Zelensky now understood it, and I hope that there will be no such authoritarian tendencies as are described in the Kiev Independent, as you mentioned, because he didn't expect that people would. He expected, he signed this law immediately after it was adopted, and he expected that nobody will actually notice it too much. But when he saw the level of scrutiny that Ukrainian civil society is putting him through, he understood that probably he needs to stay at the path at which he was, elected.
And does that perhaps give him, I mean, certainly if he's considering other future legislation or even uh, being soft on his inner circle when, scandals come to light, he might think twice now about this. He might really consider his actions in more detail. But also, I want to get on to the topic of how important this kind of scrutiny and this power it gives to reform movements is in terms of a Ukrainian resilience during wartime and reforms that are absolutely essential still within the military hierarchy, within appointing people, with even removing, commanders and putting more, let's say, more dynamic, modern commanders in place. What are the implications here, and what is the importance of this continued sort of dynamism and movement for more accountability?
Well, I see it as a window of opportunity, as an opening in a very stale situation. We know that we need to have regular election that would motivate politicians to implement reforms. And if we are in situation that there is no election, what would be their leverage that the citizens have? And because of that, it became harder and harder to do some good governance, anti-corruption reforms now in their fourth year of full-scale war. And that's why I expect that right now people who want change, they will be pushing more. And I was impressed myself, even in Ukrainian parliament, how many members of parliament, even from Zelensky party, how they were, actively protesting these moves. They were even blocking their parliament when they were adopting this law, how then later they were trying to reverse it, how they were now they feel more motivated now because they said that, look, we implemented this change, this reform of the anti-corruption, of the Bureau of Economic Security. And they say, well, now we feel so emboldened that we want now to draft a law and implement reform of the Bureau for State Investigation. It's another important body, which is like a Ukrainian FBI, which is not functioning well now, but we need to clean it up. They also say that, well, we postponed the reform of the security service of Ukraine because of the war, but now we also feel motivated. Maybe we should continue the reform of security service of Ukraine. So I expect that there will be this push of the fresh, wind, and it will be coming, yes, from society. And of course, it's important to mention here that society is the main actor here, but the second main actor is the international partners, because this is financial leverage. And the way it works in Ukraine, that those reform-oriented members of parliament who themselves came from civil society very often, or civil society organizations, they come to international partners, to IMF, and suggest different reform ideas to them and say, let's put that you will transfer your next tranche only if the law on Bureau for Economic Security is passed. And then partners are doing this together with society, but of course, without this financial leverage, that would be much more difficult. But Ukraine now, of course, is in a very difficult financial situation. The war is exhausting. Ukraine has financial deficit. And Zelensky should think whether he can afford losing any of the money which is on the table. from the partners. And I don't think he can. No, and that's why I expect that if this synergy between society and internationals and their third, of course, very important partner are reform-oriented people in their government, like in a broader sense of the government, like parliament and so on, those who agents of change who partner with society and internationals, if they all try to implement some good things, they definitely will be able to do it because it's a good momentum.
And there's just two questions I've got really to sort of follow on this topic. One, of course, is that there were some serious implications of Zelensky's initial law, and that would be to throw out the accession process to the EU, or at least to create some kind of stumbling blocks there, which go against the spirit of that accession process. He must have known I mean, that was a trigger point for the revolution of dignity. So either did he stumble into this, or did he think he'd get away with it, not just with the internal population, but also that because of wartime, etc., and a special relationship, that the EU was going to turn a blind eye to this.
Well, Jonathan, let's be honest, EU and other partners, they were not really very critical and they turned blind eye on a few things before because of the war. And this is why, like I said, this consensus has been broken now because of the will of Ukrainian people. And so now I think that all these EU requirements, they will be treated in a more strict way. And to begin with, to explain to the viewers, those EU requirements, they are essentially created by Ukrainian people. Like I said, the process is that society, politicians, they come to EU and they tell what they want to see there, because you understand that if one of the benchmark is, for example, existence in Ukraine of their anti-corruption bureau, it's not something that Bulgaria or Greece wants. They don't care about it, right? It's for Ukraine. This is something that was negotiated for Ukraine. It's like a self-improval kind of like a list, to-do list, which somebody, some patient who came to doctor, he said, these are the things I will do to become like a better, healthier person. And these are the things that Ukraine needs to want to do, to have ownership of this process. And society definitely has the ownership. No, I think society has no doubt that they want to be in EU. They will be pushing for it. And it's important on the part of EU to show to society that the prospect is there, that Ukraine can be a member of EU in the near future, not like far, far away from now. And it will motivate society to push more, and all those to do things on the list will be implemented.
And the last area relates really to three things. One is corruption, of course. The other one is sort of nepotism. And then there's this thing which is the sort of, the Soviet hierarchical mindset that sort of is allergic to change, that blocks change, that slows change down. The point at which it seems the war is at, and it's something that General Zaluzhny talks about a lot, is that player in the war that is more agile, that is able to innovate, to test, and then scale things that work, that is potentially the one that's going to be victorious in this war. And these three things of corruption, nepotism, and a Soviet mindset, these are all kind of kryptonite to that innovation. They're all the antithesis of the kind of speed and agility that we see coming from civic society and the agility that is required to win this war. So how important is all of this in terms of actually, being resilient in the resistance to Russian aggression and potentially, being on top and triumphing?
No, absolutely. It's very important, first of all, from ideological point of view for the people to know that we are building country which doesn't have nepotism, Soviet or corruption. traits, because this is something that we are trying to distance ourselves from. Because we, as a former USSR, have all those things inherited, and we decided to break away from those things, and breaking away from what Russia is representing today. So it's important, of course, for people to understand that we are not fighting to protect our country from Russia in this invasion, only to become another smaller version of Russia. People wouldn't fight if it was the case. If Ukraine was like Belarus, what's the point of fighting? If the country is essentially, in a nutshell, has shared values like Russia and Belarus. So that's why it's important, and it's important also to say that. Ukrainian military, they support anti-corruption bodies, and we saw this clearly in these protests. And also, it's important for Ukrainian military to know that in Kiev, back in cities, there is this European process going on. There is this anti-corruption process going on. It's all related because it influences the morale at the battlefield, and we cannot separate those issues at all. At the same time, of course, it influences the whole area of defense. This issue of corruption, because of course if there is corruption in defense industry, it means that, for example, our government will be paying money to somebody who will make some not very good drones for our army, and it will lead to human losses, and it will make us lose the war. That's why in their area of defense, there should be a full meritocracy. Whoever makes the better drone should get the money. Whoever is a better fighter on the battlefield, effective commander, should be promoted to be their military leader. Because corruption at war is deadly. And everybody, in theory, of course, they understand it. And this is why when those two topics intersect, military and corruption, that becomes the most sensitive point for Ukrainian society. Because we observe corruption cases in defense. I'm a member of Anti-Corruption Council of the MOD, and I tell you this, that even tiniest corruption for like $10,000, because the cases are usually small, the ones which are now ongoing different cases, they are really small. But the level of media coverage, of attention they receive, it's insane. Because people treat it so seriously, and there is heightened demand to prosecute whoever is involved in any corruption related to the army. And it is challenging for those bodies, even for NABU, to build up expertise, to know how to deal with this. They because it's a different domain. It's a little bit different from civilian corruption, to how to learn how to deal with corruption during operations. Corruption that happens at the battlefield when drone doesn't explode, but it's. You need to determine whether it was inefficiency, whether it was corruption, whether it was sabotage, or it's complex because it's intersection of national security and law enforcement, and there, of course, society is very much now following all that, and because society also demanded, we created this new bodies as Anti-Corruption Council of MOD. But I feel also that in this domain there will be more justice, because there is a huge demand. The only one area where I am skeptical that we'll be able to do anything anytime soon is the area of mobilization, because the same people in Ukraine who are outraged about tiniest corruption that happens when, for example, their party of drones is shipment of drones are procured at elevated price. The same people think that it's okay, for example, to pay a little bribe when you are stopped by their military recruiters to be taken to war, to pay off so that you don't go to war. And this is, of course, very complex societal issue in Ukraine. But we still, we managed to deal with this issue somehow. And Zelensky, he was trying to do the reform of the recruitment centers, as you know, like there was this huge movement. But I think that it's just something which will be tackled even more in the future because, well, just because we see that we have a generation in Ukraine who don't tolerate this kind of like injustice and all this like Soviet approach, like you correctly said, there's no coincidence that those people who are so passionate about it, they don't even know what USSR is. They are 20 years old. They are maximum like 30 years old, and they have completely different values. And those people are future of Ukraine, and those people are Ukraine.
Unfortunately, they don't fall for the sort of nostalgia propaganda, which seems to have sucked an awful lot of people of that equivalent demographic in, not just in Russia, but unfortunately in the West, who have no knowledge of the Soviet Union, the toxicity, the harshness of life. It's fantastic, I think, that Ukrainians have a certain immunity and have stories passed down from parents and grandparents that almost, in some ways, inoculates them against being nostalgic or creating this false mythology.
Absolutely.
I absolutely look forward to following this story up with you and, of course, looking at other issues of transparency and how it's contributing to the war effort and how it's contributing to a future Ukrainian victory. For today, though, Elena, I'm massively grateful for you coming back on the channel.
Thank you for inviting me, and looking forward to talk about something positive during this horrible war, and hopefully about the end of the war and the victory of Ukraine.